If you are a Christian, God needs to be first and foremost in your life, and everything that you do needs to revolve around your belief that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Change that slide. The one that's not spelled right.
Which one?
The busyness, the boozeness.
I put that in.
I'll show it to you. Hey! Are we live, really? Okay. Hi, guys. This is Erica Kirk. And I'm going to spend some time today talking to my friend Tina. Tina is a direct marketing guru. I've known her for years.
I love that word.
Isn't it great? Yes, and she matches the backdrop. Isn't it pretty? Tina and I have known each other, I don't know, we're 7-8 years maybe?
Probably.
And I was just telling her that she used to scare me to death because her faith is so incredible, and I cannot wait. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
My friend Cody is from Bear Claw Media is working the camera today to help me out because I wouldn't know what I was doing. Anyway, my name is Erica Kirk. I am a real estate agent here in the Northland of Kansas City. I love Kansas City, and if you'd like to move to Kansas City, please let me know because I would love for you to come and live here and enjoy it as much as I do. So, are you originally from Kansas City?
No, I'm not.
Where are you from? I'm
sorry. I am
from. For a loop here.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm from itty bitty town, Vermilion, South Dakota, and I'm also from itty bitty town, Norfolk, Nebraska.
Oh my god,
those are my cute little roots.
Aww,
yeah, not fun.
Little itty bitty towns.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
All right, Tina, just real quickly, tell me. Let's just start on your journey of how, first of all, how you got into business for yourself, because you didn't always work for yourself. I'm going to assume.
No.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
You didn't. So tell me what prompted you to go into business for yourself.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk to you, but over there.
Okay, that's fine.
Does that sound good? Okay,
yeah.
good.
She's a natural.
Hey. So anyway, all right. So my oldest is going to be 18 in January. Oh my good heavens! And it has been. Let's see. Okay, so 17 is. Oh my gosh, it's been 17 years in November that I've been in the direct sales.
Oh wow!
And the reason that I got into all of that is because you're right. I wasn't always in business for myself. I was a stay-at-home mom, and my husband just blessed me and said, "You don't need to work."
Aww, we love Mark.
We do love Mark.
He's pretty cool.
You know, he's pretty cool. And he's like, you know, we both just decided, and he was kind of the heavy on that. That said, you know, you don't need to work outside the home once we start having kiddos. Mm-hmm. And so Jared was 10 months old when I started my first business, and I jumped into that because here's the deal: I love my kids. But I wanted a break. I really did. I really did.
Every mom out there understands that statement. You love your kids, but you want a break.
You want a break, totally. And at the time when I jumped into this one particular business, I loved baking and loved food, and so I just jumped in full force. And that is what started me into the direct sales business. Now, that is not what has carried me, you know, obviously, because my kids are now 15 and 17.
Right.
But that is what started me into.
Very good.
Into
so cool.
Being outside the home.
So, was there prayer involved with that, or was that just a want at that time?
Cough, cough. Not the time.
Okay, not at the time. No prayer at the time.
No,
it was just I want a break.
I want a break.
Okay.
And somebody came to me, and I wish now that I could remember who it was, but someone came to me and showed me that vision and said, did you just say you need a break from your kids?
Okay.
Yes, So I
but
just
it still was a God plan. It just
I
wasn't
believe so.
God.
Yeah,
I
didn't ask God at the time, and yeah, I know that God works everything for the good all the time, no matter what. So I know that person was sent for me because at the time, it was a little stressful for me, and just to get out of the house for a couple of hours was key for me at that time, because I'm an extroverted person. Can you tell?
Yes, she is. I know this. So when did it shift for you? When did it become what God inspired you to do? Because I know just in our conversations that God laid this current business in your lap and removed you from another. But when, during the 17 years, did it shift for you and become, I need to listen to God to this?
Wow, that's a good question. That's a really it's such a good question. I just love her. It's a great question. Okay, I'd probably say we were probably into these handfuls of businesses, probably 5-6 years. I remember the business, actually.
Right.
I remember the specific business because my husband and I were laying in bed one night, and I don't want to spill this completely because Mark doesn't always like to share these little certain details, but God had given us this long-term basically vision, and it was amazing, and it just was this one particular night in this one particular business, and both Mark and I just laid everything else down, and we knew from that time going forward that our goals now had to be very much kingdom minded, very much God led. and doing these businesses were not about us.
Okay.
But it became like it was a complete night and day shift, and so it became all about, okay, what does God want? Where does He want us to go in these businesses? What business does He want us to have that's going to accomplish what his I don't really want to say goal, but that's what it is. What His mission is.
Well, sure.
What His vision is for us, and so, yeah.
What do you think your vision is now?
Our vision still is that.
Okay.
Our vision still is that. However, being how we're in that health and wellness side, it brings a nicer, it brings a nicer little puzzle piece to connect into that vision.
Okay. So tell me how you're letting God shine through your business, because I know direct sales, they have specific parameters they want you to follow, and they want you to do this, and they want you to do that.
Yeah.
But how do you, I'm not going to say sneak God in, but how do you let God shine through a direct marketing business? Because I know people will have questions about that, especially if you're a kingdom-driven person.
Yeah.
You're going to want to know how to operate within integrity.
There you
within
go.
the business.
That's a great word, really good question. And I would have to say that you're going to have to be you. That you're going to have, like you said, these parameters and these rules, and you just have to. My Facebook page says, "I bring the Tina."
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to take my glasses off for that one, because she brings the Tina everywhere she goes.
So I do. So I bring the Tina. There are certain rules in my business that I'm currently in that I don't necessarily like to follow. And so when I have someone that comes to me and says, "Hey, I need some help with this. I'm ready to get started with this," I don't always tell them what I am taught to tell them.
Right.
Because I completely know and believe that I am here to help that next person.
Yeah.
And not everybody always needs the whole entire thing of everything. So in the way of me letting God really shine through is just that I want to just be a connector.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're a connector.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
I just want to be a connector. So if they come to me, I just want to connect what God already has for them. And so I do my best to listen. We just signed up a customer a couple of weeks ago, and I remember telling this person, I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm just going to have questions for you.
Yeah.
I just want to see where you're at. I just want to see what your health goals are. And in between all of those little health goals and whatever it is, then I'll figure out what it is that you need, because I just don't want to shove the perfect thing onto everybody, because not one thing or two things or 20 things is exactly for everybody.
Okay.
And that's just me."
Okay. So backing up a little bit, when you and Mark were talking about the goals and turning to God for your business, was that when, I know that you've told me in the past, God dropped this business, removed you from another, and dropped this business.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Wow.
Because I know that there are a lot of people that feel like they're stuck in a business they shouldn't be in, and they don't know how to transition out of it, because maybe it's providing income.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's hard too.
So
that's hard too.
How did you make the jump?
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, that's good. So I'm going to answer that, but I'm going to answer a little bit longer around that too. Okay, so we have been in kind of multiple businesses, since these 17 years, and God has had us drop certain businesses. Matter of fact, there was a business that was providing for a family that had gone overseas to Germany, and we were in a business, and part of that business was helping them. So we were able to help financially, and so we took some of the business stuff and sent it over there. Well, anywho, so he'd asked us to get out of that, but I'm just going to rewind just a small bit so I don't get off track. But anywho, so here we are in these businesses, and what I have learned the most through this last break, and I was just telling Erica a little bit ago that I found myself that I was, embarrassed to have like one more business. However, exactly, it laid the foundation for the next step. So I learned and I learned and I learned and I learned to go on to that. So to answer your question, when God asked us really to lay down this last business, it was more or less, I knew it was coming. Yeah. I knew that it was coming, and I'd seen these doors being closed. But I thought I wanted it so bad, and I thought this was it so bad, and we still were making this, this little income, and I was like, I just want to hang on to it. But every step I took was a closed door. And then we had the sermon at church. Are you done yet? Lord of mercy.
Oh.
So I thought on that for a little while longer because I wasn't sure. So I reluctantly let it go, and I was actually kind of sad about it. However, the transition to the next was really, really good.
How many businesses do you think you've done over the years? Have you counted them up?
We haven't. Now I kind of can't remember. Let's see. I've counted them up. So I'd have to say, I think it's 9. I think it's 9.
That's actually not bad. I know that you and I we talked beforehand because my mom had good advice for me when I was like, I don't want to have 15 different careers by the time I'm 40. And she's like, well, doesn't matter. You're learning stuff. And that's exactly what you said. Yeah. And I think the lesson here is don't knock yourself down. If God sends you in a different direction, know that He put you where you are for a reason, and He wants you to move forward in something different. But He wouldn't have put you somewhere unless He had a reason for it.
Yeah, and that's how it's been really along the way. There was one particular business that we were in that I wanted to go learn a whole chunk more of stuff, and I proceeded without His blessing. And I found myself one day weeping, getting off the side of the road, onto the shoulder, calling my husband, and I said, I did something wrong in this business. I did not get God's blessing. And I found myself just with my husband, just really repenting.
Yeah.
Because I just at that point it was another learning step for me to hear God better where He wants me to go, because He told me, you know what, not everything is for you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. So what would you say to people that are new to the direct sales market, that are interested in getting into a business and maybe have 2 or 3 people vying for their affections, basically?
Right. I know, right?
How would you tell them to proceed into deciding which, if any, are for them?
Wow, that's a really good question too. Okay, so that's happened to me.
Okay. Yeah. I love how God puts, because I didn't have that one. I didn't study that question. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, it's not happened to me a ton, but it's happened to me a little, and that is a moment where I like to jump. We're like, let's just go. Yeah. And so to pull in that other answer about that I was on the side of the road having to repent, and God said not everything is for you. Yeah. So to pull in that little answer, that when these other people are like, hey Tina, you'd be great at this. Hey, I want you to do this. Hey Tina, da 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 da. That is my moment where I have to just actually, like, almost literally just step back and not even think about it. And then I really now go straight to God and be like, is this for me? And sometimes He'll just tell me straight out no, or He will just help me research and look through things. And then once I've done research or I've heard directly from Him, then I can then I know how to go in the right direction. But anyway, so advice to give to someone who's looking at different things is to honestly, look inside yourself and what is your passion? You know, what is your passion? Through these businesses, I have realized that that my passion is helping people feel better. I am not a perfectly healthy person by any means. It's a journey, and it's a journey for all of us. And
especially when you get older, I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a journey. You have to figure out what is something that you absolutely love, and frankly, it's almost that moment where if you see something and it makes you cry because you don't like what you see and you want to fix it, march that way.
Yeah.
March that way. If there's something that deep inside of you that is causing you either to get mad about or to get sad and cry about, then that is something to look at. You know, and if you see that wow, I can make a difference in people's lives with this or with that, or even just if it's for a moment that you need something to do and that makes your heart sing, for just that moment, then go there. But for the most part, you're going to have to look inside and figure out what that passion is and what that thing is that you really love.
Called you to?
What's God called that? Yeah, called you to do it because He's yanking that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned that if you're uncomfortable, if you're a little like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, or if you're
that's a scary spot, but still.
But it's still, sometimes it's what's God, God doesn't call you into stuff that's easy. Never into stuff that's easy. Like this whole production, this is terrifying.
Yeah, I agree. It's different when you have just your phone.
That's the camera. I'm just saying. So I think that I think you're right. I think you really need to be in prayer and then look and see if it's something that agrees with your spirit and with your soul, and if there's if there's agreement there. I think it's good. And it may take you how many? 6, 7, 8, 9.
It may. Absolutely.
You never know. I mean, for me, it's been round robin. I started in real estate. I was horrible.
So cool. That is
horrible
so cool.
in real estate, and have come full circle. And now I'm the daughter of an architect, so I love being in houses and looking and helping and the processes that go with it. I know you and I have had lunch.
I remember that.
So for me, it's full circle. I've done a ton of things in between, but I'm back to where God intended for me to be, but I was not ready.
Interesting.
Back then.
I
pushed it back then.
So. I can say that same thing with way back, and I pushed it. Yeah. And when I pushed it, I wasn't having any fun. But
it's a job.
I know.
It's like
exactly. You don't
work.
Right. Yeah. And then you don't want to. But if I'm a full-on believer that if God has you, changing these things, that it's all for the good.
Yeah.
Because you really are going to learn, and maybe what you're going to learn is even more about Him.
Yeah.
Through all of that.
Amen.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
So how do you incorporate prayer into your business? I know this is one of the questions I sent to you for your past, present, and future clients. How do you pray for them? Or do you?
Yeah.
You never know.
So that's a little different than what I kind of had this answer in my head. But so Erica's like asking me, how do I pray for my customers, my clients, my distributors that are with me,
your team, everybody,
my team, everybody. But actually, what my answer was to not exactly that question.
It's okay.
That's okay, and we'll mix it all up. But what I do the most, and I do this now more. I did not do this at the very beginning. I'm telling you, But what I do now is just my agenda seems to get me nowhere.
So true.
Seems to get me nowhere.
It's funny. It's like the door just goes whack right in your face, and it's your agenda.
Yeah. So I've had closed doors in my face, and so I have really learned to set all that down and to set what I want to do. I set all of that down. And so then I just ask the Holy Spirit to come in and change that part of my brain, change that part of my mind, that part of my heart, because I'm like, okay, Lord, just your agenda today. And sometimes His agenda is, I got this. It's all right. Especially when someone that talks a bunch and you get hushed.
Sometimes I feel like God's going, quiet. Enough. I've heard enough.
Yeah. So I listened for a while, and that's nice. But how I pray for my customers, and my distributors is that I love all of my customers, and I always, of course, want them to have a good experience.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, does anybody intentionally go, man? I don't want them to have any fun.
Peace out. See ya. Yeah, right. No. I want them to have a good experience, but I also want them to feel like they've got somebody that's in their court behind them. So I just pray, really goodness over them. I pray that that they feel my grace to them, and that they don't ever feel like they can't come to me and ask questions or whatever, and then I'm not going to be upset, and my team, oh my gosh, I have to be very careful, because my little agenda will wiggle into that. And I want them to be successful because God was their foundation, not because of anything that I have said, but because He is their foundation, and so honest to goodness, I just love on them through prayer, frankly. Frankly. Yeah, because He's got them. He knows what they need. I don't always know what they need. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. But I really do just kind of love on them through prayer. And they'll call me sometimes, hey, I'm needing to, whatever, work through different things. And so then I have actually specific things that I can pray for them. But
Yeah, that's good. Well, let's talk real quickly about your marketing, because I know we were talking about this earlier. She is great on Instagram. I know.
That's too funny.
I know. But I noticed when I was scrolling through your stuff that a lot of it is very uplifting. You've integrated some scripture, it feels like, and stuff like that. And how does that meld with your company that you work for?
Yeah, right. That's really good.
Yeah,
that's really good. So again, I'm just me.
Okay.
I am just me because I don't want anybody ever to. How do I say this? I want people to know me for me. Mm-hmm. You know, and I want people to understand, hey, she can help you out. She does have product, but I don't ever want anybody to think, I know this just happens because it does. I don't want ever anybody to think, oh, blah, blah, I know that she's with yada, yada company, or I know he's with yada, yada company, and I don't want that to happen. I know that it has. But I am just me because I want to project that. You know, I want people to know that I'm a real person. I don't want people to know that, oh, she just sells her stuff and moves on. No. I want you to know that I do love Jesus, and that I do pray, and that I'm also on the health and wellness side, and I, have products that can help you. But what I want you to know most is I'm just who I am. And so if you want to tag along with me, this is what you're going to get.
Well, can you tell people what your Instagram handle is? Do you know?
I do, because I do.
Because I know.
Oh, great. So tell me if I get it wrong.
I absolutely will. I'll put it in the notes underneath, and we'll make a comment. But
how about you just go ahead?
Oh, hi, Jennifer. Jennifer Lausch is on here.
Oh, hi, Jennifer. We were just talking about you. Amazing. No, Christina. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm wrong.
Sorry, wrong one.
Wrong one. There I am. So what is my Instagram handle?
Oh, it's Tina_Herz.
Okay, good. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And you could probably find her on Facebook. She has a personal page, not a business page yet.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to kind of revamp some things come the beginning of the year. And
she's got a lot of changes coming in the beginning of the year. I'm just there's a little something happening down here that's going to surprise us all at the end of February, 1st of March.
Coming.
So it's coming.
So yeah. So I'm going to do some revamping, but yeah, it's gonna be good.
Okay, good.
It's going to be good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was fun. This is fun.
She is seriously the light in the darkness. When you, the one thing I know about you is that first of all, I know that you care about people and about how they feel. I do get that, and I've always known that about you.
Interesting. That's great.
But here's my thought: is God created our bodies to work perfectly?
Boy,
and we're the ones who screwed up. So if they can get help, if somebody can get help from you to straighten out their health and wellness, then that's great. And you can tell people what your company is. I don't care.
You okay?
I don't care. Go plug it.
That's so awesome. You know what I've always thought about this, and the reason this fits me so well is because it's lifestyle.
Yeah.
So my husband and I are in isogenics, and it's a real nice lifestyle, company and products and all that sort of thing. Because like I said earlier, I'm not a perfect healthy. This is my journey, and you're on a different journey, and you're on a different journey.
Yeah, I'm on a different journey.
Yeah, we're all, and so that is my thing, that I just, if I can help people understand that it's just lifestyle changes, and we'll just give you grace, and move on. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, I had fun today. You're so welcome.
This was so fun. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. I will post Tina's Instagram handle down in the notes, and if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and don't forget to share this video with everybody you know, so that we can bless Tina and for her time, and come like my business page.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.